My name is Lucy Pierce. I'm a fifth-year rower on the rowing team. I graduated last year and I'm back to do my master's to graduate in 2021. Yeah, that March phone call was absolutely heartbreaking. It was the absolute end of an era for what was the class of 2020. And you could feel the energy in the room was it was low. We all wanted to compete together, do our last races together, last competition season. We'd just come out of our winter Eyck training season, and it was just gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, awful to hear the news that the rest of our season had been cancelled. Not only because we wanted to row together, just because we wanted to finish off the legacy that we thought was the class of 2020 together. So.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about your different teammates that were part of that class?
Yeah, of course. So I'll just go through the list, okay. I guess. My first roommate ever was Kate Armiseger, and she was a fierce competitor. Kate Armiseger impacted the team and its culture because she cared so much. She came in as a fierce rower and was immediately in one of the top boats, and I think made up for that in her spirit as she went throughout the years on the team. She was always there to support, and I think impacted the team culture and supported her teammates really well. That brings me on to her other Philly native, Tara Ryan. She was a walk-on, and once again just was always so supportive and really impacted the team in a positive way with her high energy. Madison Falzone from Boston didn't come back this year, and unfortunately for us, because she was such a powerhouse, again really led the team through her power and her motivation and just her willingness to compete, and I think that was incredible. I'll throw in a mention for Haley Hudson, also from Boston. She was in our class of 2020 and unfortunately was medically disqualified, but she was always there, even when she wasn't on the team. When she was erging hard, racing hard through any kind of pain, and she was always ready to go. But on the sideline, she was such a support network, and she was really just there for everyone. And that brings me to the returners, the fifth years, like myself, who've come back this year. So I'll talk about Maddie Eyck. She's from Seattle, Washington, one of the further away places. But she came into this program as in the top 10. She came in raring and fighting to go, and it's just shone, and she's just shone from there. She's always been a top competitor, kind-hearted, and contributes to that team culture that we so need and love as a team to thrive. She really, I don't know how to describe Maddie Eyck. Maddie Eyck is just always a solid competitor. She doesn't let anything distract her. She's always motivating others, and she's always there for just life support in general. Similarly, Maddie Horridge from Brisbane, Australia. She's come from far away but came in raring to go. She was in that top group from day one and really hasn't dropped off since then. She's just gotten fitter and stronger and more raring to go if that's possible. She's just an incredible athlete, an incredible friend, and I think has grown into such an amazing woman during this process. That brings me again to Sarah Crummy, one of my closest friends from Auckland, New Zealand. She came in as a world-class sculler into a sweep program, which is almost unheard of, and she competed at such a high level already. Once again, she contributed to that team culture, which is really, really important on our team, and was always building people up, but always such a hard competitor on the erg and on the water, and didn't let anything offend her. And so I think I'll finish on Ellen Posey, who was a late addition to our class, but we're so happy to have her in our fifth year class as well. She's also from Brisbane, Australia, and she came in from under 23s with myself and was just immediately drawn into the team from her strength, her character, and she's immediately best friends with everyone, and immediately brought that team spirit that I think we all needed, especially in the winter. She's always someone you can turn to and rely on. So, yeah. I would just, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you to everyone who's donated to the rowing team, especially the women's rowing team. We don't have a lot of alumni, and so everything that you've given us just means so much. Personally, I wouldn't be a rower. I wouldn't be able to have made the under-23 team. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the donors and the people who support the Syracuse women's rowing team. And I wouldn't be the person or the rower I am today. This program and the donors for it have opened up so many opportunities. The shells that we've been given have just made us so fast on the water, but also contributed to that motivation and that determination that really drives the team. We all want to be in those new boats. We all want to make our alumni and our donors proud. And we just have these fantastic facilities to do that hard work in. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to all the donors and the alumni who have really helped put this program into a top 10 competing national championship team.